Someone placed razor blades inside candy and distributed them to random children. After eating the candy, some kids had their tongues sliced clean off, while others swallowed the blades whole and died instantly. Eventually, people caught the man who had been hiding blades in candy. They tortured him brutally, first chopping off his candy distributing right hand, then jamming an iron hook into the severed stump, and finally throwing him into a fire to burn alive. But after his death, the candy blade incidents became even more frequent. A terrifying urban legend began circulating. If you looked in a mirror and said Candyman 5 times, a sinister figure would appear, candy in one hand, iron hook in the other, and claim your life. A graduate student heard this urban legend and decided to investigate. Following leads, she visited a poor neighborhood to research the Candyman story. One day, a bee crawled out of her eye, and bizarre murders began occurring wherever she went. Her behavior became increasingly erratic. She decapitated her beloved dog, and when police arrived, they found her performing in a pool of blood in her apartment. The graduate student was committed as mentally ill but soon escaped. She began killing people with an iron hook and kidnapped a family's baby. The devastated mother searched everywhere but couldn't find her child. During the annual bonfire festival, the graduate student reappeared, holding the baby. She rushed toward the fire with the child, but people tackled her to the ground and rescued the baby. The graduate student stood up with vacant eyes, walked straight into the bonfire, and burned to death. In 2022, after hearing this story, protagonist Anthony researched online and discovered it was true. He found that the photos the graduate student had taken were near his own neighborhood. Seeking creative inspiration, Anthony visited the community to gather material. While preparing to take photos, a bee stung him. He barely noticed the dead bee and continued exploring the deserted community. Inside a house covered in graffiti, a shadowy figure flashed by, startling him. When he looked back, a human-shaped graffiti had mysteriously appeared on the wall. Disturbed, he quickly left and encountered a laundromat owner. She told him about the Candyman legend, a man named Sherman. In 1977, a local white girl found a razor blade in her Halloween candy, causing widespread panic. Police suspected a missing elderly black man who one day emerged from a hole in a bathroom wall. Iron hook for a right hand, candy in his left. The young laundromat owner was terrified, but she realized the old man meant no harm. However, her screams attracted police, who beat him to death. Weeks after his death, the candy blade incidents didn't stop, they got worse. That's when everyone realized the old man was innocent. Inspired by this story, artist Anthony created a series of paintings and, with his wealthy girlfriend's help, got into an art exhibition. However, critics savaged his work. The gallery owner claimed Anthony's pieces were all plagiarized and mocked him for being a kept man. Anthony was furious but left at his girlfriend's urging. After the exhibition, the gallery owner and girlfriend continued criticizing Anthony's work. Standing before a mirror, they chanted Candyman 5 times. The next second,